People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News. Now, people, we know that the hottest topic pertains to Donna-lee Donaldson, Noel Maitland, Cathy Ann. That incident in which the young lady has been missing since Monday, call it a Tuesday of last week. We see that the family is stressed out. We see that the public, social media, there's a loud outcry. They feel as if the poor have been pretty much using all sorts of delayed tactics. However, is the poor working hard, putting in the investigations in the background, people? Me not really know. However, Assistant Commissioner of Poor Fitz Bailey did an interview yesterday. There are 2 videos circulating on social media. However, both videos, whenever you listen one and you listen the other, you could get separate or different polar opposite interpretation of what he is saying. In the first one, which is a shorter version, I thought that I was listening to something from some sort of backward, one of them African movie in which the poor is very corrupt. The poor seems to be taken up for their own, meaning Mr. Noel Maitland and District Constable Shelley and others, amongst others. So people, I am going to let you take a listen, take a look at the first one, and don't jump the gun, don't assume. Then I am going to give my piece.
I am not aware of any report regarding any interaction or any challenge between the boyfriend and Miss Donaldson. I'm not aware of that. We have no such report. In terms of the second question, we are looking at all the variables that we have. We have broadened our investigation, and I will not say at this time we have identified any person of interest. We have in our mind, we are looking at some theories. We will not say what those are, but we have not yet narrowed down to a person of interest.
Now people, like I said at first when I listened to this interview, the shorter version, I am going to let you hear the longer version, which is about 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes long. When I listened to this video, I listened to what he had to say, and he said that he is not aware of any sorts of conflict, any sorts of abuse between Noel and Donna-lee. I am saying to myself, but the mother is very outspoken, family members are outspoken, all sorts of video, all sorts of audio circulating on social media. Me, myself, as a blogger, amongst others, have outlined the different cases in which there was conflict, not only between Mr. Noel and Donna-lee, because the mother said that one occasion he was calling and he did not get her, and he came by the house and shaking down the grill, I pushed down the door as if he had some sort of search warrant and she was wanted. There's also an occasion in which Donna-lee told the mother that, listen, I went by the house, Cathy Ann came by the house, she confront me, she tried to choke me, the man have to intervene. So therefore there are clear cases of abuse or confrontation, verbal, physical altercation. So that is when I said, but hold on a minute, these people, not only are these poor, barefaced and evilous just like the regular criminal, it seems as if their superior are also taken up for them. And what even compounded my getting that impression is the fact that this man was saying that they don't have a suspect, they don't have a person of interest. However, people, like I said, when you don't listen and you don't interpret and you don't have proper communication skills to understand, then you're going to think one thing until you hear the further or the ending part of the actual interview. So people, my point is that you could misinterpret one edited version of something if you don't hear the proper thing. However, people, the fact that this man had the audacity with all of these information circulating pan news, pan radio, all over the place, and say he has not heard of one incident. And people, maybe he hasn't heard. However, if he was involved in the investigation, I am sure that this would have been knowledge that he would be easily accessible to. So anyways, people, the fact that he said that there is no suspect, there is no person of interest, because he is not going to have tunnel vision, which he's going to explain further on in the next part of the interview that he did. He is saying that the fact that there is no body, the fact that the process is not finished yet, so therefore leave it up to the process. He has to dot the I's, cross the T's, make sure that everything is investigated, make sure that all the evidence is there before he brings the total thing to the DPP or the prosecution, or else there could be legal repercussions. You cannot violate somebody's right even if you think that person is definitely guilty as sin. So people, me just say, it sounded away, it sounded kind of conflicting. However, people, like me say, there's a part 2. Listen to the part 2, and when you hear the part 2, you will get a better understanding. Not that you're going to agree, because I don't agree with a lot of things that he said. However, people, be patient and listen to what him have to say.
Good afternoon. On Wednesday, July 13, 2022, at 6:20 p.m., Miss Sophia Log of 10 Grants Crescent, Kingston 10, went to the Halfway Tree Police Station and reported that her daughter, Donna-lee Donaldson, 24 years old, customer service rep of the said address, went missing. The report was appreciated by Constable Siobhan Boucher. The allegation is that on the 11th of July, 2022, about 10 p.m., Miss Donna-lee Davison was picked up at her house by her boyfriend, Constable Maitland, in a black BMW motor car registered 9104HZ to spend the night with him at an apartment located at Chelsea Manor. Constable Maitland is stationed at Constant Spring Police Station. Since then, Miss Love reported that she has not seen or heard about her daughter. Further information is that Constable Maitland is the father of a child for a district constable who is stationed at the Halfway Tree Police Station. Constable Maitland indicated to Miss Love that Donna-lee Donaldson left his apartment on Tuesday, July 12, 2022, sometime after 11 a.m., and he has not been seen or heard of since. Having received the report, the missing person protocol was activated by the police. This includes the capturing of the detail from Miss Log, as well as the circulation of the particular of the missing person, along with her photograph, which was actually communicated to the CCU. On Thursday, a case review was done at the St. Andrews Central Headquarters, and during that review, a number of lines of inquiries were identified. On Friday, the apartment of Constable Maitland was processed by the forensic scenes of crime investigators. The security post was checked and observation of CCTV footage opportunities identified. Hospitals were checked and other inquiries, including speaking to prospective witnesses, were done. On Friday, the 15th, the commanding officer for St. Andrews Central, Mr. Nesbitt, actually spoke with Miss Love, the mother of the missing person. Superintendent Hunt, the crime officer for St. Andrews Central, spoke with the aunt of the missing person and exchanged number. CFCD was contacted for the extraction of the CCTV footages. On Saturday the 18th, the scene was revisited by Detective Inspector Levy and a team from St. Andrews Central, and the CCTV footages were extracted by the CFCD, the Communication Forensic Division of the JCF. A statement was recorded as well from a prospective witness. On Sunday, July 17, inquiries were made in Old Harbour based on information received. On Monday the 18th, a case review was held at the LL3R police station, chaired by the senior superintendent in charge of St. Andrews Central. The vehicles of Constable Maitland and the district constable were identified and processed again by the scenes of crime expert. A case review was done by DCP Bailey and a team at CIB headquarters. I am satisfied that the protocol for missing person was observed to the letter. The investigation that is being conducted is about a person who went missing, and it's unfortunate, and we are praying with the family that the person will be found. But we have not only expanded, or we are not only doing a missing person investigation, but we have expanded our investigation beyond that of a missing person. We are not taking a tunnel vision approach. We are looking at all the possibilities, looking at all the variables in this investigation. The JCF is committed to ensure that this investigation is done in a professional and transparent manner.
Now, people, the truth and the fact is that we've heard many voice notes of this lady, the mother, Sophia Lugg. We've heard various interviews with family members, and it is reason to be concerned and reasons to be frustrated, because unless you're in that person's shoes and you're living what they're living, you can only assume what this person is going through mentally, psychologically, and people, it is very bad. So therefore, knowing the fact that sometimes the JCF, they can be very incompetent, very irresponsible, and when we hear stuff like the Popo telling the mother that they were going to the scene of crime, which is the house apartment on Chelsea, and them have an accident and everybody get injured, and we not hear no sorts of thing about that on the news, in our social media, or not like that, it is definitely reasons for concern. That compounded with the history of the JCF being corrupt and always taken up for each other in the body club, and the fact that we are hearing all sorts of rumors that the lady jump on a jet plane and she gone. Me I talk about Cathy and the baby mother. People, it is reasons to be concerned, because we see the JCF, the justice system, prosecutor, Paula, Llewellyn and them, they have a history, a bad history of fumbling high profile cases, especially as it pertains to the poor. However, people, we have to also understand we do not just want to get charges, harass. We want to get conviction, a conviction that is not going to be lost at any sorts of appeal because of any sorts of technicality. So therefore, we have to do, or they have to do, everything by the book and make sure say him get book and him goes get cook, point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine, but let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.